Hey everyone, this is Chris Crazy House and welcome to an episode of Chris Crazy Commentary. It's been a long time since I've done any type of commentary video on this channel. That's because I've been really focused on just creating artwork and doing digital content for this channel. But I had to do a video on this particular subject, okay? Because it is being reported through many media outlets at this time that the NFT market is really down in the toilet, and the reason being is because the majority of NFTs and their collections are now worthless. Okay, and this is something that I saw coming. This is something that I talked about when I talked about I did several videos on NFTs on this channel. You can go watch them. I will provide the links for those who missed them or didn't see them. But I've been talking about NFTs for some time now. And what really got me into even doing commentary on them was 2 years ago. I went to a business conference, just a little get together, and I was talking to a man who owned a trucking company, and he started trying to mouth off to me about NFTs and telling me that, I was wasting my time doing the artwork that I'm doing and not getting into NFTs, and I was just making a big mistake and I had to do NFTs and how great they were. Now, he never told me what an NFT was. He didn't actually know, but he had read somewhere that people were making money with NFTs, and that was the future of artwork and the selling of artwork. So I had to jump on the bandwagon before it was too late, and I missed the train, right? And I got a lot of that over that year, because this was, like I said, this was only 2 years ago. And I actually did do a lot of research into NFTs. Even before I talked to this guy, I researched NFTs. This is not something that I was just, willy-nilly looking past. I looked into it very heavily. And even after that situation, and I did my videos on how I felt about NFTs, I had a lot of people come to me, and some people sent me a lot of information on NFTs and cryptocurrency and stuff like that, and I appreciate that. Okay, no disrespect to anyone who did that. I definitely very much appreciate you giving me information and things to look into. But even after all of that, even after doing all my research onto NFTs and onto cryptocurrency, but I'm going to just, that's kind of two different things here. I understand how the currency works, but let's just keep it on NFTs. After doing my research, I decided that this was not something that I wanted to put too much effort into moving forward on. I have ideas for NFTs and where I would want to take certain things like that, but I couldn't spend all of my time on it. All right, and the reason being is because I knew just how shaky that market was. Okay, and there were three things that really made me think long and hard about NFTs and why I didn't really bother with them. Okay, number one, there's no regulation whatsoever. Okay, and by the fact that there's no regulation, that means every Tom, Dick, and Harry can jump into these types of markets and just ruin what this so-called NFT revolution could have been, right? And that brings me to point number two, is there are way too many scam artists and hustlers within the NFT movement. Almost immediately, as soon as NFTs started becoming popular, every online hustler, all of these quote-unquote online influencers, celebrities, well, they would be the front face for a lot of these NFT collections and scams. these celebrities would get involved based on some money person behind them, fronting them and putting them out there to get people, excited about investing into these NFTs. And, a lot of that stuff was just to build hype so people would jump in and invest, and then these people would basically pull the rug from under them and take their money and skip on and maybe go ahead and do another NFT scam under a different name, or just, go on to whatever other, money scam that they have been running, right? Because like I said, there's no regulations, so it's easy to just jump in and jump out, and unless you do any actual digging and find out that some of the same people are involved with some of these same scams, then you wouldn't know what you're doing. You think there's a whole new project, and okay, this one is trustworthy because it has this celebrity or this, TikToker or influencer at the front of it, right? Someone that you like to look at on social media and laugh at, but that's fine to laugh at them, but that doesn't mean you should be investing in something that they're pushing, because they're getting paid for that, and that, that could lead you to going broke or losing out on whatever cryptocurrency you have, right? So that's number 3. And that's number 2. Sorry, that's point number 2. Number 3 in my points of why I didn't want to mess with NFTs is because I saw that there was no value to them. Okay, and there's no merit to them, even when it comes to art creation or doing something innovative. All right, these are things that have existed in the realm of digital art forever. There's nothing new being created here. There's no new technology. Basically what you're getting are JPEG images, animated GIFs at the most, you see. And I could see that no one was really doing anything really innovative with this art form that they claim was going to be a great savior or a great boon to people who got interested or invested into. There was nothing of value there. All right, it was just trying to suck people into something so that they can get your money or get a hold of whatever cryptocurrency you are holding on to. You see, there was no value being produced out there, or nothing of value. And I could see that because of what was popular in these quote-unquote NFT collections and stuff like that, that everyone started jumping on certain trends and nothing innovative was being created in the NFT space. All right, it was basically the same types of things over and over again. Once that the stupid ass apes, that thing got popular, people just kind of jumped on that type of trend and kind of recirculated that over and over again. And maybe there might be some variations here and there, or people doing like digital pets and stuff like that, or people taking pictures or images of an athlete doing something, or making that into an animated GIF almost. Maybe that might be something different, or maybe like some video footage, or as ridiculous as it seems, like video game companies were selling like images of their characters and selling that as NFTs. Other than that little bit of variation and people trying to create some sort of value around these things, there was no value to be had. Okay, all of it was a smoke screen and an illusion. It was a bubble that was always going to pop, right? So that's why, those are the 3 reasons why I didn't waste my time with NFTs. And once again, this is not me doing an aha, I told you so moment, but this should be a learning moment for people out there. Okay, don't just follow trends. Don't just go for something that's promoted out there as something you need to jump onto. Do your research first. Always do your research behind a lot of these quote-unquote trends out there. And I'm old enough and have worked long enough in the art and entertainment industry to tell you that I've seen several trends come and go. Okay, so anytime I see a new trend being pushed out there, I'm always very cautious, and I'll look into it, and then using my own experiences and what I know about the trend, then I can assess if this is something that I should get into or not. But just automatically jumping into something just because you see it in some business or trade magazine, or maybe on some trade website, or you see, your favorite social media influencer pushing it, that doesn't mean you should get into it as well. Okay, you have to be extremely careful with how you're spending your time and your money. Now, I would say it's probably more important for the time aspect, because you can't get the time back. You can always make more money, you can't make more time. So always be careful of how you're spending your time and what you're putting your focus on. These scam artists and hustlers, they were heavy into the NFT movement for obvious reasons. Okay, because once again, no regulation, it's easy to get into, it's easy to pay some celebrity or a social media influencer to create hype for you, and you can just get all the value, or quote unquote bring the value up, get people invested, and then just snatch the money and run off somewhere else and do the same thing over and over again. And that kept happening over the last 2 years or so, since NFTs have really become popular, right? That kept happening over and over again. And there are several lawsuits going on right now of several NFT creators, or several companies, or even certain celebrities getting sued for creating this false bubble and this false value of NFTs and just running off with people's money. Okay, so you have to be really careful when you deal with things like this. And to a lot of the people out there that were coming at me in a negative fashion, and trying to make it seem like I'm dumb because I didn't want to just automatically jump onto this trend or to this fad. I mean, you should be more careful in that regard. Like, once again, when I went to that business meeting, I had a man who ran a trucking company trying to tell me about what I should be concerned with in the art field. Something he had never had any dealings with. And once again, I could tell from what he was saying that he had no idea what an NFT even was. Like I said, most people that I would question about these things didn't even know what the acronym of NFT actually stands for, right? They don't know what it actually is. And you have to be real careful with stuff like that when you have people running off at the mouth and making it seem like they are in the know, and they don't even know what they're talking about. All right, you have to be real careful with that, because that can really lead you astray. If you have someone that doesn't even know what they're talking about, or what something is, and they're telling you to jump on the bandwagon, that's a road to disaster. That's a road to just going off a cliff, right? But I had a lot of people like that coming at me and trying to convince me that they knew what they were talking about, but they really had no real notion about what these things were. And here was the interesting thing for me, and I'll leave with this by saying that once AI art started becoming more prevalent, I asked the question, and I asked very seriously, not joking at all, but I asked people, now that AI art makes it easier for just anybody to create whatever type of artwork they want, why are all these crypto bros and NFT hustlers, why are they not taking that AI artwork, creating their own collections of art, quote unquote, instead of trying to use people like me or use my artwork? Why are you not taking time to create your own NFTs out of that AI artwork and selling it? Why are you not doing that? When things are made more widely available for your use, why are you not making use of it? I have to ask those types of questions. But a lot of those guys were just hustlers to begin with. They just want to steal your artwork, make all the money that they can off of it, and they'll never share any type of profits with you. That's why I've always rejected anyone coming to me telling me that they want to use my artwork for NFTs or their AI generator or whatever, because I know that they're not being sincere about actually sharing any type of profits. You always have to be careful of that when these people, because I tell you, I get approached a lot on social media. I mean, you sending me an email or even sending something to my DM shows me you're not very serious just by the way you're approaching me in that regard. But I would like to know what your opinion is on this subject, and you guys let me know how you feel about the NFTs losing all of their value, because that's exactly what is happening right now. And most NFTs aren't even worth $5 if anything, right? So you guys can tell me all about it in the comment section. Let me know if you were involved in the market and maybe you got screwed over or taken advantage of by any of these people. And make sure you go ahead and like this video and share it with anyone else that might be interested in hearing what I had to say about the NFTs. And don't worry, I will be returning with some more Chris Crazy House Presents Comics Crazy very soon. So keep your eyes open for that, and we will be getting back to those types of videos. Anyway, folks, this is Chris Crazy House signing out. Peace.